Aries, welcome to Higher Source Tarot for your 2020 predictions. So predictions for the year 2020 coming up. So glad you found me. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed, liked, shared, commented. If you comment, I will respond to you. So this is for Aries, all Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, your predictions for 2020. I hope that all of you who celebrate Christmas had a nice holiday and are moving forward. So we can't really do much else. It's just, are we moving forward with momentum, or are we kind of let go or be dragged? Okay, right? So if you don't let go of what's behind you, you're going to kind of drag into the new year. So you don't want to do that. So some things that you can do are to quiet your mind. And I know that can be hard sometimes. If you've been hurt, the best thing you can do is to let go of it. I met Deepak Chopra earlier this year, and when I was talking to Deepak, I asked him, what's your best advice if you've got a resentment? And he said, well, the best thing you can do is let go of it, not because the other person is worth it, but because you are. So if you find that you're talking about how things haven't been fair, how someone did something and they should get their karma, or they should do this, or this should happen, you have to stop doing that, okay? You want to only focus on the things that are positive and high vibrational, if that's what you want in your life. I recently started learning about the Essenes, and they were a Jewish sect many thousands of years ago. They were Mary Magdalene and Jesus were Essenes. So if you're into the Bible, you may have already known that. But they had a belief that there are 7 mirrors of relationships. And the first mirror is the experiences you have with other people are what lives within you. Meaning, everyone you meet is your vibrational indicator. So if you're having a day and you feel like, I'm surrounded by assholes, guess what? It's a low vibrational day, and you need to quiet your mind, raise your vibration, do things that you love, find things that you enjoy, and that will help you to come out of that. But anyway, I'm kind of digressing. Today we're going to do 2020 predictions month by month. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so and hit the bell notification, and you'll find when new videos are being released. I'll also be doing a January video coming up later in the week. So for this reading, I'm going to use my Ask and It Is Given cards by Esther and Jerry Hicks, because many people want to manifest and they get so stuck and they can't figure out why it's not coming, and it's because they're focused more on what they don't want than what they want to manifest. So these are great cards. And if you ever listen to any Abraham Hicks, she kind of makes fun of her own cards. It's really funny when she goes through the deck and kind of makes fun of them. But so, what is going to happen for Aries 2020? So, here we go. All right, this is starting off January, February, March, and April. Very nice beginning to 2020, Aries. Very nice. May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. Okay, so here we are the whole year through. And I will pull some clarifiers on these cards for you, just as we go through here. So the beginning here, you've got the Emperor. So this is you, Aries. Great card to have right out of the gate for an Aries reading. You really can't get any stronger than this in terms of your own personal power. You are going to be beginning the year in a really high vibrational place. Set your intentions, what you want to have in your life. Create that vision board. Think about and feel what it would be like to have those things in your life. I have manifested trips to over 40 countries. I grew up dirt poor. I didn't have anything really. I got free lunch all throughout school. I started working when I was 12 years old, and I have gone out of the country over 40 times, and I've traveled all over the United States. How do I do that? I started by actually many years ago, probably 20 years ago, by getting Apple vacation books and just reading them and looking at the resorts and getting in my mind's eye, this is where I want to stay, this is what I want to do. And the next thing you know, there I was. So in the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, I did a video a couple weeks ago about the card meanings. If you haven't watched it, I'd suggest watching it so you get a better understanding of each card. But it's the Rider-Waite deck symbolizes your soul's journey, and the Fool represents your journey. So when the Fool meets the Emperor, he learns about self-confidence. So you're going to be very confident. I think it's possible, you know, because the Empress is the counterpart to the Emperor. The Empress is opposite energy, right? It's also possible if you're looking for a relationship, you could meet somebody who's very much the opposite of you, but incredibly attractive to you. I just feel like around you, you're going to be surrounded by honest people, good people, and the rest of the cards in the first quarter completely support this. So I love this for you. So January is going to be feeling good. I get for some people, you're going to be taking on some kind of an exercise program. I know in my area, Fit Body Boot Camp is starting an 8-week challenge. They do it a couple times a year. There's people that are going to be doing things like that, where they're going to get serious about health and fitness, and it is going to pay off. Whatever you begin in January is going to pay off. That's what I'm getting. So any new projects, if you've written a book and you've been going, you know, I really need to get on Fiverr and get an editor, do it. Because if you move forward right now, you're going to have such momentum and speed in January. So very nice. Next in February, wonderful, Wheel of Fortune. So this is a 10. So this is all about manifestation and infinite abundance. It is, this is truly a fortune teller for the Fool, basically, is what happens in his journey. It's also a cycle coming to a conclusion. So you're going to be at a turning point in February. Don't be scared of that, though. Sometimes we go, oh God, what's going to happen? It's enlightenment. So you're going to be ascending to a higher level. I'm just getting goosebumps because you can't get better than this. You're going to know what to hold on to and what to let go of. I've also recently started to do a feng shui process where you discard 19 items for 9 days. So I every day get rid of 19 things. You can donate the 19 things, you can throw them out, whatever it is. So you're clearing the old to make way for the new, getting rid of the clutter. And so for you guys, I think if you need to let go of something, you'll do it with ease. This is also the fixed signs, so Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, and Scorpio. If you're dealing, let's say that, you know, the Emperor meets somebody new in January and you've got one of those signs, it's going to be a great relationship. It's definitely your good luck charm. This is telling you something very good is going to come towards you. So in March, you've got the 10 of Cups. Beautiful card, right? Again, it's another conclusion of a cycle. And this is a good thing. This is not, don't ever be scared of that, thinking what's going to leave and, you know, what heartache is going to come in. It's not like that. It's going to be satisfaction and happiness. And it's basically, it's a very subjective card because everyone's 10 of Cups is different. So you might say, I don't want to get married. I don't want kids. That's okay. If you want a Tesla, here's your Tesla. It's also about like reunions and stuff. So it's possible too that you might meet up with somebody from the past. If you've been wanting a relationship, March, I think your relationship stuff, just from looking at this, you're going to have probably the best, flow for that in February, March, May. I see it again in December. I also see it July too as a possibility, but I think in July it's possible you have something else going on there. But anyway, so with this 10 of Cups, this is a beautiful card for you. It's whatever manifestation you want. Those first 3 cards are giving you tremendous power. So I want you to be very clear before New Year's Eve, start setting your intentions, because things are going to come with warp speed to you those first 3 months. And then in April, here you are with the Seven of Pentacles. So I think the first quarter, love would be, prospects for love are excellent, but also for money. Okay, so here you are with the Seven of Pentacles. And I think that whatever you were doing the beginning of the year, that's going to pay off here. Here's where you get your dividends. So if you were working out hard, you're going to be looking absolutely fantastic. The cards don't lie. I can't, I'm not some kind of a card shark where I can layer the cards in order to get this to happen. I think if it's that for some of you, you're kind of in a place here where you're planning your next steps. And it's kind of like what happens for us is we expand. We come here to expand. And I'll give you a good example of that. When I was 23, I bought my first house. And I remember sitting there. I was recently married. I remember sitting on the steps looking around thinking, I own this. I own this house. I'm 23. I've got a college degree. I was in graduate school. And just being in disbelief, like I own this. And within a couple of years, we outgrew that house. We wanted a bigger house with more amenities, so we decided to build a house. And I actually currently still live in the house that we built. So I think I was 27 when we built the house that I still own. And now I find myself saying, you know what? I want my next manifestation to be a beach house, Florida, somewhere very beautiful, very warm. Again, I thought I had my dream house in this. What happened? It's not greed, it's expansion. You get to a place where your life gets bigger and bigger, and that's the thrill of living. It's the thrill of living. So here you are. Things are going to pay off for you very, very nicely. So here's your Abraham Hicks card for the first quarter. So this is January, February, March, and April. It could be apply to any of these. When my desires and beliefs are a vibrational match. That which is like unto itself is drawn, so the vibration of your being must match the vibration of your desires. Another way of saying this is your desires and your beliefs must be a vibrational match in order for you to receive that which you desire. So here is a good example of this. I recently heard somebody who has a YouTube channel about how to manifest and things like that, and they said, they don't believe they'd ever win the lottery because it wouldn't serve them. They believe they're here on this earth to teach and to do these videos, and they think if they won like a Powerball, they'd quit doing the videos. So they don't believe that it would be a match for them. Now, if you're looking around you and going, you know what, I don't have any other aspirations, I'd be happy to just volunteer, and then you are a vibrational match to it. So those are the things, being clear about your desires, but having the belief that, if you're, let's say, a teacher and you say, well, I still have people that I need to teach and heal and help them grow, then you're probably not going to get a Mega Millions anytime soon because your belief is too strong that you're still teaching. If you believe that you could come into a lot of money and be a teacher in a different way, you'll manifest money easily. So, very nice for January, February, March, and April. In May, you have a really nice celebratory energy. I think it's possible, I mentioned this with the 10 of Cups, I think you could also be manifesting an ex here for some of you. I think, especially with that 10, a couple months before that, I think for some of you, you may have had a relationship that ended, but it wasn't like on horrible terms. And so I think for some of you, that might come back around. But overall, I think for May, it's just going to be a time of, socialization. I think some of you might be taking a trip in the spring. Sometime between April and May, you are going to be getting some kind of I just feel like you're going to have something really pay off. I keep getting that. I definitely think money is going to be huge for you at the beginning of the year in a very good way. But I also think this is more about embarking on like an endeavor of the heart. So I think you're going to get really stable financially, and in the relationship will be, or if you're already in a relationship, this could be like a vow renewal. It could be if you've had some things in 2019 that weren't great. I think you're going to get a lot stronger this year. So very nice with that. So next in June, you're kind of hanging out here wondering what the next move is. You've had some really nice manifestations come through, and again, we're always expanding. I also think this could be a time for you just to take a pause. You don't have to be moving at warp speed all the time to be happy. Look around you and enjoy your surroundings. Take in the things that you've manifested and that have come into your physical reality, and say, my God, this works. The universe is with me. When I take one step, the universe takes two. And know that the soul is always victorious. So when you're making choices, don't get locked in analysis paralysis, which the twos can kind of do that. Be careful with that. You still, the nice thing about the Two of Wands, I like this one better than the two of any others, because any other suit, because with this one, you're still taking some action. You're not completely paralyzed. So, that's for June, and it may be things like you're just trying to figure out a summer vacation or something like that. Keep moving forward. Now with the next one, this is in July, the Five of Pentacles. It's possible something will happen where you feel a little bit left out, but you're not completely alone, okay? This is not like a breakup or something really hideous happening in your life. It could be something as simple as a friend group has a barbecue and you're not invited, but you still can go and watch the fireworks with, another friend. The thing about the Five is it's always about change, but with the Five of Pentacles, you could be breaking off too for something with money, like a career opportunity where you've been working for a big company and you and a coworker decide to start your own gig. If you do, it'll be very profitable. If it's something like that needs to happen. If it's a relationship, it's possible that you need to break free from a larger group. And at first that's going to be painful, but know that change happens for you, not to you. Okay, so if I've had people move out of my life that it was devastating and I had to really process, but now I could see back and see some of the signs that they were not people that should have been in my life. And I didn't fully trust them, to be honest. So next we have, this is August. For August, we have the Six of Pentacles. So if that's a relationship or a partnership of any type, it's going to be very profitable if it's business. But if it's like just a love relationship, it's also going to be very balanced. So this is all about a give and take. It's all about reciprocity. So this tells me in August, you're going to find yourself very stable, very balanced. So where the rush of energy, the first quarter of the year, you're going to get a little bit more stable, more harmonized, because sometimes that rush of energy can be kind of unnerving because you don't know what's going to happen. It's like, oh my gosh, I just can't believe this. You get into a really nice flow here where there's more stability, just a lot more, I guess, perfect balancing is what I'm getting with that. I know I said I was going to pull clarifiers, but I don't need to yet, so I'm not. Until we need it, right? I don't like to clog up the readings with tons of extra cards. I see readers, and by the time they're done, they've got, there's 78 cards. They've got 70 of the cards pulled. What's the point of that? I don't see a purpose. For me, there's no real storyline there if I start doing that. All that is benefiting from my existence. No matter what has caused your unique point of view to come about, it has come about. You do exist. You are thinking. You are perceiving. You are asking. And you are being answered. And all that is benefiting from your existence and from your point of view. So there's the balance that we keep talking about. All right, so we've got January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, and now we're into September, which is the Hermit. How ironic. Here's Virgo. So if you've been dealing with a Virgo, they're going to still be in your life by September, okay? So if there's some Virgo energy coming in, it's still going to be in through the end of the year here. So with the Hermit, this is when the Fool learns about clarity and kind of going within. This is telling you you are on your right path. So whoever this is for, you are headed in the right direction still in September. So don't second guess yourself. And I don't think you would coming out of August, because you've got a lot of stability and balance there. I don't see anything where there's like a major exit or anything like that. I think, and it's not boring, so don't get worried like this looks really boring. It's too stable, and we want that, okay? You can expand and have better insight when you're balanced and you're not on this roller coaster. So this may be a time where you just can kind of breathe easy. That's what I'm getting. You might take a break. Some of you might go on a trip during September. You know, you kind of get to the end of the year and you decide you just need a little bit of time away. It can also be a time just to look more at your purpose. What is my purpose of being here? Why am I here? And once you're done with that self-reflection and going within, you're going to be even clearer on your path. So I think September is important to be a very stable month, but I also think there is going to be some element of travel. I'm just getting that for some of you, that you are going to be taking some kind of a trip in September. So I don't know who this is for, but you know, I guess once you've done your CrossFit or whatever you're going to do here in the beginning of the year, you'll be looking hot and wanting to go somewhere, I guess. But anyway, I just think that overall with the Hermit, it either could be a Virgo, and if it is a Virgo, I think September is going to be a time when you're talking about where are we going in this relationship, like a marriage kind of serious thing. And I think whoever it is going to be really wanting to settle down with you, and it's going to be life-changing. I guess that's what I'm getting. I think there's going to be some travel, but I also think there could be something life-changing. Now, October, you've got the Three of Swords, and generally this is heartbreak or sadness. It can also be disillusionment. So it may be you've got some fair weather friends around you is what I'm getting, or it's possible too, especially because it's October, and that tends to be, at least where I live, kind of a rainy month. It's just possible that the energy is going to be low in October. Let me get a clarifier on this. Okay. Interesting. So I pulled the Fool card to clarify the Three of Swords. So the Fool is brand new, fresh, clean energy. The Fool is all about awakening, but it can be kind of an impulsive energy where they're not really very carefree energy. So it's almost the opposite of the Three of Swords. I do wonder if you're going to be kind of dramatic. That's what I'm getting. That something's going to happen. Be careful not to overthink it with those swords, because the Fool's kind of telling you, this is what I'm getting. The Fool's telling you, lighten up, okay? So whatever happens in October, try to be light, you know, wear the world like a loose-fitting garment. That's the other thing I'm getting with that. So for whoever that's for, if something happens, it's not the end of the world. Everybody's not out to get you. Sometimes people just do what they do, and you happen to be in the middle of it, and it's not necessarily directed at you. So with the Knight of Wands, this is in November, you know, you could have, after that Three of Swords kind of feeling down, November will offer you kind of a rush of energy. But this can also be somebody who's not very stable. So they're the kind of person that like shows up late for meetings. They ask you to have coffee and they show up 20 minutes late. Or I had a friend one time who wanted to go to this really trendy restaurant on a Sunday, and they offered a brunch, and there were huge groups of families, and I was sitting there, and finally they called 15 minutes late saying, oh, I can't find the place. And then I finally got up and walked out. I thought, I am not doing this where I'm waiting on you to figure out where you're going, and you asked to meet here and you've got no clue and it was swarming with people, I just am not going to sit there and do that for somebody. It's that kind of energy. So I guess what I'd tell you is in November, you make sure that you put yourself on the list as a priority, Aries. You need to make sure, and the Ram usually will do this, but you need to make sure that you don't get too caught up in taking care of everyone else and the narcissists around you who think the world revolves around them, because guess what? It doesn't. So be careful in November with people who might take advantage of you. Okay, so then we get I pulled this one, the 8 of Cups, self-pity. Don't wallow in it, okay? If you get somebody like this Knight of Wands who comes charging in and they think that they can do whatever they want and you decide to put a boundary and they don't like it, don't feel sad about that. You know that you're doing it because they're lowering the vibration around you and you can't tolerate that. So sorry if you don't like it, Knight of Wands, but keep it moving if you're going to be like that. Now, next you have the 9 of Cups for December. Your December should be a wonderful month. This is all about offerings. It's all about, I almost said pride. I want to be careful there. It's like appreciation. That's a better way to say it. So things look very good. It can also be wish fulfillment. So whatever you were trying to do this first quarter of the year, your wishes have come true with the conclusion of the year. And what's interesting about this is it's a 9, which is almost the conclusion of a cycle. So with the beginning, and this being the end of the year month, you're almost at conclusion of this wonderful cycle that began in January. So overall, Aries, you're going to have a really great year. This is a card of receiving good things, of attainment, of it can be a spiritual attainment, emotional attainment, but certainly in love with all those cups. I think that Hermit from September could be coming back with a ring here for some of you. I think in some cases there's going to be an engagement for somebody here, or even possibly, the other thing I'm getting is possibly what do we want to call that? Justice of the peace type wedding, or somebody that you know that's ordained as a minister comes over and marries you in your living room. You get the license and it's just kind of a done thing. Or you go off to the Caribbean and you get married there on kind of a short notice thing. I think somebody here is definitely going to be getting that. So very nice with that. And let's get a last but never least Abraham Hicks card. I am rediscovering the art of allowing my natural well-being. And that's exactly what I was trying to tell you in November. We call this discipline the art of allowing. It is the art of allowing the well-being which makes up every particle of that which you are and that which you come from to continue to flow through you as you continue to be. All right, Aries, 2020 looks awesome. I am so happy to be here and be joining you. Tune in later this week for your January predictions. We'll see if the Emperor comes back. Wouldn't that be a hoot? But I so appreciate everyone that's been subscribing and helping me grow my channel. I'll be back all next year, and I love you, and I'll see you again soon.